Hello and welcome to Fabulous Features, Fabulous Networking's newsletter for the 8th of February 2026. I'm Glenda Shawley and I'm just back from our Ealing meeting where we were sharing the love in our introduction round. It was so uplifting. We had attendees sharing stories of interactions with clients, heard about building a client's confidence after a really negative experience with a previous supplier, and about winning repeat business on the back of some terrific stats. Two attendees regaled us with some excellent responses to talks that they had given. These stories gave us real insights into the way our fellow networkers work and what makes them special. What's more, because we were sharing the love, the introductions were all really positive and the energy palpable. We'll be sharing the love at all our meetings this month, so why not join us for one or more? See the events list at the bottom of the print email or on the events page of our website. And in the diary this week, on Monday the 9th, we have BizChat. On Wednesday the 11th, it's Fleet in person. And on Thursday the 12th, it's online with Felicity Dwyer. And our Spark idea this week, and each week I share something with you that I hope will spark an idea or some action. What's one thing that you have learned this week, and how will you put that to use? At Fabulous Networking, we're committed to lifelong learning, but learning is only part of the equation. For it to stick or to be of much use, we need to put it into practice. So what have you learned recently and how have you used it? We've got an interesting selection of topics for our meetings this week. On Monday at BizChat, we're looking at auditing our social media to make sure it's serving us well. The Love and Valentine's theme will be explored at Fleet. And at Felicity's online meeting, we'll be learning about how to support our memories and cognitive functions. A warm welcome awaits you either online or in person, and the online meetings are free. So why not join us for at least one? Our food for thought article this week is inviting reviews and recommendations. As I discussed last week, reviews and recommendations are vital for our businesses, but how do we get them? You may be lucky and get a thank you card or an appreciative post on social media. Capture them. Save them to a file on your computer or pin them to your notice board. Andrew and Pete of Atomicon fame recommend a folder labelled Proof Receipts. Share them in your newsletter or on your socials. However, you may need to be more proactive in inviting people to leave you a review. Consider adding a feedback form with your final invoice. Include a link to your Google reviews or a website such as Trustpilot in your follow-up correspondence. Add them a link in your email footer or on your website. Be proactive in asking for reviews and then respond to them so others considering leaving one will understand how much you appreciate them. But take care not to overdo it. I'm sure you dislike the constant request for feedback after every delivery or each time you go to the hairdresser, for example. Whilst automating requests can be helpful, think carefully about how you set the automation up. Should you just link to a first purchase or an annual request, for example? And don't forget, your positive reviews are not just for sharing with your potential customers. They can be a great way to boost your own morale after a confidence-sapping experience. Next week, we'll be considering how to give feedback. You might also be interested in this month's blog, which you'll find a link for in the print newsletter, and it's on the news page of our website. And our member in the spotlight this week is Karen Peters, who has a Cogno Movement special offer. In recognition of Valentine's Day coming up, Karen wants everyone to feel the love, and for those quietly and emotionally struggling, she's offering the next 10 available sessions booked with an extra £75 off a Cogno Movement session. Normally 350, only during the month of February. There is a link within the print newsletter to find out more about Cogno Movement. Let's get you feeling like your old self and properly kick this year off on a positive vibe to take you through 2026. This offer is strictly limited to 10 on a first booked, first served basis. And there is a link in the print newsletter to contact Karen to check availability now. This month's introduction round, as I've already mentioned, we are varying them every month, and this month we're sharing the love shown for you with customer testimonials, recommendations, or feedback highlights. It was really interesting to see how people interpreted those instructions at Ealing, and it made for some really good introductions that prompted discussion and understanding. You then have a list of all our events coming up in the next month or so, with links either for joining or booking them. Do take a look and book yourself in wherever you fancy or are available. And I finish, as always, with a quote for the week. A big business starts small. That's from Richard Branson. So I'm signing out now, and I will see you next week. Thanks for listening.